As Ashanti say, they will resist attempts by any individual or group to denigrate Asantehene and his kingdom for political and other parochial gain. Bantamahene Bafo Owusu Amankwetia VI warns any act that seemed to run down Otumfuo amounts to attack on the collective interests of Ashanti State. He spoke with Otumfuo on Wednesday's outburst by Otumfuo at NPP executives over reported attempts by people close to government to pour scorn on Asantehene and pitch him against the people of Achim.
NPP officials were at the Menchia Palace to pay homage to the Asantehene, Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II. Acting General Secretary John Boadu sought Otumfuo's blessings in his bid to secure confirmation as General Secretary of the NPP. Led by Regional Minister Simon Osei-Mensah, the executives fell on their knees to apologize to the Asantehene. Asante chiefs are unhappy about what they say is vile campaign to run down the Asantehene and his kingdom. Bafo Owusu Amankwetia the Seas is spokesperson.
We heard Otumfuo yesterday, what happened at Menchia. I mean, it speaks volumes of whatever has been happening. But this is an issue that everybody knows about. And I believe that the time has come for Nananom to call a spade a spade. Because we believe that Otumfuo doesn't collect taxes in Ghana. Taxes are collected by the government, and these taxes are supposed to be used to improve infrastructure in the country. We are saying that we are not getting our fair share. So if you sit somewhere and think that it's Otumfuo who has to repair roads, and for that matter, you can go about saying anything about our king, is something that we will never tolerate. So I think what happened at Menchia yesterday, I mean, we think that Otumfuo has spoken, and he has, expressed his feeling on this matter in a very, very serious manner. And I hope that people are going to take cue and going to show the respect that is due Menchia. For us, there's only one king, is the Asantehene. That is what we know. If somebody is trying to put a certain chief above Asantehene, fine. Me, I don't want to know. Because we Ashantis, our loyalty goes to our king. We protect him with all our might. And we make sure that his will always prevails. So that is Ashantis. He tells us to sleep at 6 a.m. You come to Kumasi, nobody gets out after 6. That is the respect we give to our king. That is our loyalty to our king. If you play with an Ashanti, you can do everything with an Ashanti, but don't play with his king. That area, when you try to go to that area, you'll be in trouble.
He also hits back at critics who accuse Otumfuo of doing little to develop Ashanti region. He says despite funding constraints, the Asantehene has made strides in education infrastructure, teacher support and scholarship for the needy across Ghana. Bafo Amankwetia says it is unfair to demand so much from the king who taxes no citizen.
Our king is above all these things. Taxes are collected by the government. The cocoa that we produce in Ashanti region, government collects them and sells them. Our gold, they come, they collect our gold, they sell our gold. The money is not given to Otumfuo. It's the government who collects the money. So it behoves on the government to make sure that Ashanti gets its fair share of the national cake. That is what we are saying. So if somebody sits somewhere and says that it's Otumfuo who has to repair our roads, it's Otumfuo who has to, see to our general infrastructure, it's Otumfuo who has to see to education, then I don't know what that person is talking about. Look at the contribution that is done for education. Because of Otumfuo, so many people who couldn't get money to go to school, to pay for their school fees, Otumfuo, through his education fund, has made these things possible. Now, what he's even doing, that, he has decided not to go public on it, is about this mobile education. Otumfuo has got tracks that is going around Ashanti region, villages, teaching the children how to use a computer, putting up buildings. All these things Otumfuo is doing out of his own pocket. So what do you want him to do again?
From Kumasi for Joy News, Ohimenteria.
Now, one day, one coconut, that's a prescription by dietitians and nutritionists to Ghanaians, which is less expensive on the pocket but far-reaching in consequences to one's health. In the second part of our special feature on coconuts, Joy News' Komladum reports the latest boom in coconut demand could last for some time as many more Ghanaians, conscious of their health, look to alternatives to keep the doctor away.
Yes, it's now a hot-flavored, trendy food showing up in snack bars, on the streets, and even today, the coconut is used to enrich hair and body creams, and also in some canned products. Coconut is touted for its thirst-quenching and stomach-filling abilities. And lured by the endorsement of health experts and dietitians, consumers are clamoring for the foods now than ever before, and the vendors know this is a promising avenue for making more money. Much of the hype has spurred many Ghanaians to go on a prescription, 1 coconut a day, sometimes 2 or even 3. And testimonies abound about the health benefits of drinking coconut water. Joshua says many of the people who buy from him at Medina often tell stories about how healthier they have become since they started drinking coconut water. We've heard the many testimonies. Health experts tell us that the coconut fruit is very beneficial to our health. Some tell us that they can be used as drips, and also the fruit contains a lot of nutrients. Under a tarted umbrella, few meters away from the street, here at Bawaleshi, sits 23-year-old Mike, who has set up his coconut stand. 2 women approach to have some coconut, Elizabeth Sedofo and Georgina Omanye, who have to drink coconut water as part of a medication they are on.
I
have heart issues. The pain goes down whenever I take the coconut water.
Asantehene knows the value of a coconut far outweighs the amount spent on them on a daily basis.
I'm told it cleanses the blood, it strengthens the hearts and stuff. So I like to take coconuts at least 2 each and every day.
Does it not cost any burden on your pockets? How much is this? 1?
Well, this one is 2 cedis. It does. When you are taking 2, you are paying 4 cedis. But you just oppose the 2 and look at your health aspect of it and see as to whether 4 cedis, and if you are sick and you have been sent to the hospital, as to whether the 4 cedis can equalize those prices. You just oppose it and then you stick to this one, yes.
Well, according to experts, coconut water and their fresh, fleshy food have several health benefits. Good source of several nutrients, has antioxidant purposes, helps prevent kidney stones, and reduces blood pressure, among others. The white fleshy food, be it juicy, tender, or slightly thick, also has several benefits. Rich in fiber, contains healthy fats, protects against heart disease and stroke, and fights abdominal weight gain. Parkwesi Hackman is a registered dietitian and nutritionist. He's excited about the coconut craze because of the benefits the fruits offer.
I'm particularly happy because it is indigenous. Instead of going to buy the foreign apple, which is expensive, but I prefer that we'll buy our coconut expensively than I'm going to buy an apple expensive.
He confirms the nutritional values of the fruit. First, he talks about the coconut water.
Coconut water has what we call electrolytes or minerals, and they include calcium, potassium, magnesium, and sodium. These are electrolytes which are needed for proper heart and nervous function. When we say the nervous system, it refers to the part of the body that helps us feel, So when you take enough of these ions, they help ensure that your heart is working well, your nervous system is working well. Apart from that, some of these ions also are good for hypertensives, especially potassium, magnesium, and calcium. Because of the electrolyte, coconut water will serve as a good first aid for people who suffer diarrhea and would not get immediate medical attention, because the nutrients or the ions that are found in an oral rehydration salt or solution are also furnished in coconut water. And so for a first aid before you get medical attention, coconut water will serve as a good first aid for someone who suffers diarrhea. The coconut water itself should give you a good hydration. Now, my experience as a dietitian tells me that most Ghanaians do not take in as much fluid or water as they are supposed to. At least taking coconut should help complement the little water that you take in a day. And then we also consider the flesh. The flesh of coconut is also very good because it has other nutrients like copper, zinc, and iron, which are needed in building the red blood cells and also boosting the immune system. And then there's also vitamin C, which is also provided by coconut. Vitamin C is needed for wound healing. Vitamin C is also needed for boosting the immune system. Now, when you don't take enough of these antioxidants, your body is always injured, or some of the cells may be killed. And science have proven that the destruction of some of these cells has led to the onset of cancers and even diabetes. And therefore, taking in coconut regularly to provide vitamin C amongst all the other nutrients would help in offsetting some of these cancers or even diabetes.
But how much coconut does the body require every day? Moderation is required in the consumption like any other food, and experts warn abuse of it may be harmful.
The recommendation is either you take soft or hard for the conditions I've mentioned. Please, it is at least one a day. However, for the sake of people who want to help lower their blood pressure, try as much as possible. If at least you take 2 in a day, it should help.
So 1 day, 1 coconut from now would not be a bad mix. Of course, it will only mean 2 cedis or maybe 3 cedis a day to keep us away from the doctor. But what happens to the tons of wastes generated by our consumption of the coconut fruits? We'll find out in the next part of this feature. For Joy News, Komla Adom, Accra.